On the second week of Women's Month, we speak with the bull runner, Jaymie Pizarro, about how her love for running took her to places and led her to meet different people. Good evening, Jaymie, and welcome to the Solar Sports
Good evening.
Desk.
Thanks for having me.
All right, first, I'm sorry, the bull runner?
Yes.
How did you get this nickname?
I created the nickname. Actually, my husband did. On my birthday, I had decided to create a blog on running. I had been running like around 6 months at the time, and I was so passionate about it. So on that day, I was sitting on my dining table, and then I thought I'm going to create a blog called The Bull Run.
Yeah.
But it was taken. So I tell my husband, like, it's taken. He goes, and just take the Bull Runner. So I bought the domain, created the logo, since I'm a graphic designer, wrote like 1 or 2 posts, and then uploaded it in like all of like 30 minutes, thinking that no one would ever read it. And then like 6 months after, the running community's reading it. So.
Okay, speaking of the running community, you joined the running community rather late. How did you get started in the sport?
I basically started my first sport, which was running, at the age of 30. The ripe old age of 30.
So last year?
Naks naman!
We're good friends. No, so that was like in 2006. And prior to that, I had no other sport.
Okay.
No athletic bone in my body at all. So.
But okay, I've actually heard the story many times, but why did you get into it in the very first place? What made you decide to get into running?
I think it's a common thing for women, or even for men, I guess, to get into sports to lose weight.
Yeah.
So that was my primary goal. I think since high school, I was always conscious about my weight. And my main way to lose it was to starve myself, which was completely wrong. But there, I started running, and then like within 2 months, I dropped the weight. And what was most fantastic about that is that when I started running and joining races, and as I became more competitive, the focus wasn't anymore about losing weight. It was more about getting faster, getting
time.
stronger, running longer.
Yeah.
There.
And the Bull Runner has become such a big brand. I'm going to call it a brand now because people know of it. I mean, people follow it, and it has such a big following. And then outside of running, you've graduated to triathlon as well. What made you decide to take that plunge?
I would try it out every so often, like 2008, 2009. In the early days of running, I joined like short triathlons just to challenge myself a bit. But in 2012 and 2013, I did Ironman Cebu 70.3, mainly because as a runner, I'm like forever injured. I'm just chronically injured because I'm flat-footed.
Yeah.
So I always have to balance my running with something else so that I don't get injure myself even more. So I started biking, I started swimming, and I thought I might as well train for 70.3. So there you go. In 2012, I did my first 70.3. I enjoyed it, so I did it again in 2013.
How much time did you spend in learning the other disciplines? I mean, running is one thing. When you get into biking, do you have a mountain bike, road bike? And of course, with swimming, how did you combine all three? How did you find the time to train?
I think with swimming, I was forced into swimming because I had been injured, and I just can't stay idle for a long time or else I'm gonna get really sungit. So I started swimming first, and then like I had been swimming for like 2-3 months, and then I stopped when I got well from all the injuries, started running again. And then it all started, and I had to fully immerse myself in swimming and biking seriously for like from January to August. Because in December, prior to January to August, I signed up for the Ironman Cebu 70.3 not knowing how to bike with cleats. So yeah, so like panic time, then you gotta learn it.
And You, aside from joining the races, you also have your own. So I mean, and putting together a race is no joke. I mean, that's a big deal to be able to pull that off. Take us through the process. How does that work? And when is the next one that you're going to be putting together?
So my race is called the Bull Runner Unilab Active Health Dream Marathon. It's on its 5th year, and it's actually the first and the only marathon in the world that caters to first-time marathoners, meaning we only accept runners who are running their first 42K.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the way it started was really, I didn't sit down and say I want to organize a race, because that's the last thing that I want to do. It's just too stressful. As a blogger, I had too many things already on my plate. But I ran my first marathon in 2009, and it changed my life. As in, when I crossed the finish line, it just made me feel so empowered.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel so confident that I said that I wanted people to run a marathon. And so within like 3 weeks after I said those words, we managed to organize one with the help of Nuvali,
Yeah.
who offered their venue at the time. And we did our first race for 300 first-time marathoners. That was in 2010. Our last one, which was Feb 16, was the 5th. We had 800 runners sign up in 37 minutes.
Wow.
Online. So it was
Wow.
quick. It was agawan ng slots. Yeah, because they know it's limited, because we really go all out in providing them with a dream marathon. So different from other races is that once you sign up with us in September, the race is still in Feb. We guide you through a 22-week training program. So we give you the program. Once a month, we run with you in a run clinic called the Bull Session. And then we give free running talks called Bull Circles. And then basically, by the time you run the race on Feb, you're bonded already as like a mini community
Yeah.
of first-time marathoners. No one can intimidate you because you're all first-timers. You're all gonna run the 42K for the first time in your life. So it's pretty exciting.
So for you though, what is the, I guess, the biggest sense of gratification that you get? Is it still from running, or now is it passing on your love for running to others?
It's both. I personally still get a high from like having my own goals, from running my own races. But more than that, the blog isn't really about me anymore, writing all about my races and all about what I do. It's really more of an advocacy already, especially through this marathon. We are able to touch lives and transform it. So it's like been a great gift to me to be able to give back and to help others through something that I actually love to do.
Yeah.
So it's been fantastic.
And, you know, we were talking earlier also that what you see in the running community with the male and female percentage, it's it's not that big. It's almost 50-50. It's the females in the running community really have caught up to the males. Why do you think that is?
I think number one is it's really easy to get into running. It's an accessible sport. It's convenient. So especially for women or even moms like me who try to juggle everything through your busy day, you can actually squeeze in a workout within an hour and burn calories efficiently. Aside from that, like I was telling you earlier, women can be very competitive in running. We can run along with the men, and we can actually outpace them.
Yes, I know that very well.
Like compared to a bike, only a few women can really ride as strong as the men do, because physically, I guess we're not that physically strong when it comes to the bike. But wow, with running, a lot of us women can really run as fast as the men. And even with ultramarathons, a friend was telling me that even in ultramarathons, women have stronger endurance than men. I'm not an ultramarathoner, but that's what I heard.
Okay.
Okay, but
So if there are first-time runners out there, people who want to join your marathon or just want to check out your blog, what website should they go to?
Thebullrunner.com. And then we also have a website for the race, which is the tbrdream.com. And also we have a race coming up in time for Women's Month. We're announcing it for the first time actually here.
Oh, hey.
Breaking news! This is breaking news right here on the Solar Sports. Exclusive!
It's the all-woman race. So it's brought to you by Carb Trim and the Bull Runner, and it's going to be on July 27 at the Philinvest Corporate City.
All women racing.
Yes.
How does it's impossible for a guy to join this?
Stop, Gino.
No,
Hey,
no.
he's going to be a special guest.
A special guest.
Of course he is.
Because we have 4,000 women who will be joining, and then only 1,000 slots for men. And when the men sign up, in the race kits, there's going to be a tutu included. They'll have to wear that to participate in the race. Because they'll be like honorary women for the day.
Please let him
So
join.
he gets the first
I
two.
get to wear a tutu and wear a hat and call myself Tessa
Can
Prieta
I-
Balas.
Yes.
Can I give you,
can
like
even
a
run with
fairy
it.
one
All right.
too that you can bring while you're Thank you so much, Jaymie.
Thank you.
Okay, thank